Welcome to another episode of The Fit Frequency. I'm your host, Doug Wattenshade, owner of Delaware Fit Factory. And today we have Coach Ashlee with us. Ashlee is the longest running coach that we've had. I've lost count. 5 years?
Coming up on 5.
5 years. Started as a member. The very first day was a great coachable athlete. I remember you did not want to stick with an empty barbell, but you listened to your coach, and then afterwards I apologized because you clearly knew what you were doing. Which was a big green flag. One thing led to another, and you ended up becoming a coach, and you've been with us longer than any other coach that we have. So,
yeah.
Ashlee, give the listeners a little introduction to yourself and your history in fitness and life and all that.
All right. Well, I'm a mom of 2 amazing kiddos, Emma, who is 6, and James, who is 10. They're kind of my why for doing this. I show them that it's important to be a strong person in the gym and outside for life. I bring them here when they don't have school and kind of show them that it's important to stay active and push yourself to just be strong for life. I have been active my whole life. I've been in sports, and then I come from a powerlifting background. So strength kind of came naturally to me when I came to the gym. I found Delaware Fit Factory when we moved up here about 5 years ago, and was just looking for the community aspect because I came from a gym that I was there for a solid 10 years almost, and was just looking for that community aspect, and I found it here at Delaware Fit Factory, and that's kind of why I have stayed. And I feel like the community aspect, but also just constantly being pushed to try new things, and every day is different here. You always get a different workout, which is amazing, and you are humbled every single day. So that's kind of what has kept me around. And that's also why I started coaching, because I wanted to share that with the athletes that walk in the door.
Yeah, so you've got Emma's 6.
Yes.
Oh,
I know. Crazy.
So you've got kiddos
Yeah.
and absolutely involved in their sports as well.
Yes.
Coaching a lot. And then just kind of seem to naturally come with you. Sometimes adults can be just like big versions of a child.
Oh, absolutely.
So you do a great job of, sometimes we call it herding cats. You're still absolutely coaching
Yes.
fitness and keeping people safe. When we got a big class full of people who are just excited to see their friends and run around and do
Yes.
physical activity, it's very similar to like 3rd grade gym class.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah. But what's kept you here? You've been coaching going on 5 years, and you were a member before that. So you mentioned the community. What else has just kind of like kept you going with DFF?
I think building the relationships is a big part of it. I am a huge relationship person. And I think just getting to know each and every member that walks in the door, knowing them outside of the gym, whether they are going through a happy season in their life or whether they're struggling. It's like they come in here for that hour of their time, and we get to make an impact of that hour. And then also kind of they take that outside, whether it helps their day or whether they get to forget about all of the crap they're going through. I love making an impact on their day, and that's what's kind of kept me here and going with coaching.
Yeah, I'm not here always in the evening, but
Yeah.
when I am, it is really cool to see. It's something that we strive to do, but you do a great job of making people feel front door famous. When they walk in, they're a celebrity. There might already be 20 people in here, but you say their name, ask them how they're doing. There's some part of their life that you're going to ask them about.
Yeah.
And then when the 5:45 class is done, let me back up. For that hour, you're their fitness instructor, who's like the friendly version is like in the back of your head. I can see taking notes and all of that. 5:45 class is done, 6:45 you're friends again.
Yeah.
People don't want to leave until like 7:15,
Yes.
7:30. They like to sit around and chat, which if you've had a long day of coaching can be
Sure.
a bit much. But that just goes to show that, like you said, you do make a really good connection with people. So it's not just how much you bench, right?
Yeah.
It's not what's your mile time.
Yeah.
It's how is life, and how can I help improve your fitness, to improve your life,
Yeah.
whether that's just simply blowing off steam or, feeling like the strongest, best version of yourself.
Yeah, I think fitness has a direct impact on our lives. Like, you choose your hard, whether it's in here in the gym, getting in here every day, or it's sitting around at home and not being able to move. Like, that's also hard. Like, you choose your hard.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And so with that, something you sent me an interesting, very thought-provoking thing that we both agree on with the person who shared this this Instagram reel. Choosing hard and the degree of difficulty of your workout. You can make anything difficult, and coaches can take anything and make it match your fitness level. So the CrossFit level 1 guide, which everybody's got to go through to get their certification and everything, lots of like textbook style stuff.
Yeah.
What is CrossFit? Constantly varied functional movement performed at high intensity. It's measurable, it's observable, it's repeatable. So measuring, there's a score to every workout. It's observable, which means that there's, full range of motion. You start here, you end here. That qualifies as 1 point or 1 rep or whatever it would be. And then it's repeatable. So if you're able to hold those measurable and observable things, you can do it again to get a different test result.
Yep.
That's how we're going to measure our fitness and all that kind of stuff. And with the Open right around the corner, we've been talking a lot about this kind of stuff. And one thing that when new people are coming into the gym, we talk a little bit about, we talk a lot about the jargon that we have.
Yes.
There's so much stuff.
Yeah.
AMRAP, EMOM, RX, all this kind of stuff. We talk about what RX is and what scaled means when we're logging our workouts. But there's a lot more to it than just the buttons that you're pressing in the app.
For sure.
Elaborate a little bit on RX versus scaled.
Sure. So RX means as prescribed. So we have a workout of the day programmed, and if you're doing it RX, it means that you are doing it as written, no modifications, no changes to that workout. The other term would be scaled, meaning you are modifying it to your fitness level for that day.
So I love the way that you worded that. You're doing it exactly as written. So we're meeting the movement standards, or if it's something as simple as like you're running a mile, you're running a mile.
Yep.
We're not running half a mile.
Sure.
Or something like that. But then scaled.
Yeah.
With a lot of gyms that kind of like prescribe to the OG or the original CrossFit mentality, where it's like, go as hard as you can. If you're not doing it this way, then don't do it at all. It's very different than how we approach things.
Definitely.
So the term scaled sometimes has a negative connotation. So which I love the way that you said it. If there's any modification or any difference to meet your fitness level.
Yeah.
What are some ways that we might scale for your incredibly full 430 class, for example?
So my 430 class is a wide range of athletes. We have the new beginners who are just coming in for second, maybe third class, and then we have the athletes who have been here for upwards of 10 years. So it's a wide variety. We'll start with the beginners. They are doing ring rows instead of pull-ups, or even just kind of like simple air squats instead of full-on squat cleans. So they are modifying to the basics of body weight movements instead of the high-level gymnastics that some of our tenured athletes are doing. And then we have the higher range athletes who need that higher challenge. So they are scaling up to, maybe if it's written as a pull-up, they're doing bar muscle-ups or something higher level as chest to bar, or a higher weight. If it's prescribed as 95 pounds, maybe they're going up to 115, because they have that capacity and they've proven to us by their tenure that they can handle that high intensity for that workout. So there's kind of two different aspects of it, but they're both meeting that stimulus and that intended for that workout. So we have that scaled down for the beginner that's just coming in, but we also have that scaled up for the tenured athlete who needs that challenge. And then we have that RX for our members who can meet that standard. for that day.
Yeah. So we have you use the word stimulus, which is great. That almost like precedes RX, in my opinion. Sometimes if people are really confused about what all the numbers in the parentheses are, okay, we're going to choose a weight that you can move, from shoulders to overhead 10 times without putting it down.
Yeah.
Well, what do those numbers mean in the parentheses? Don't worry about that. I don't want you to be blinded by that. We're going to do this. We're going to make sure that we achieve the stimulus. We want a whole lot of reps going overhead. The RX numbers or movements or whatever it would be, sometimes it can be a motivator. Sometimes it can be a nightmare for the coach, a nightmare for hands getting torn up and all that kind of stuff. Do you see the term RX? Is that an achievement, a stepping stone, a nuisance, a little bit of everything? Like, what are your thoughts on the term RX?
I think it can be a little bit of a nuisance and a hindrance to beginners, because they see this almost as like an unattainable goal. But I think as a coach, it's our job to rework their mindset to see it as a goal to work towards. Because I think for some of our workouts, it's intimidating to come in and see the weights and the numbers and all of this stuff up on the board and say, whoa, how am I ever going to get to that level? But as a coach, it's our job to kind of hold their hand and be like, we're going to start here. We're going to take this one step at a time. I'm going to push you, but I'm going to acknowledge where you are today, and we're going to get you there eventually. So I think it's a nuisance when you start, but I think as a coach and with the consistency that we can get our members to, it's a definite goal that I think our members should have to attain.
Yeah, something to strive for, but doesn't dictate what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's different. Everybody's journey is different.
Yes.
Different starting points, different seasons of life. Which you touched on. Like, I, for example, had, and you've seen me through this twice. I struggled with deadlifts and then had some hamstring tears, and now, like, if it's a heavy deadlift workout, guess what? I'm scaling it. Yeah. And it's taken me a little while to wrap my brain around that. But it's kind of where I am today.
Yeah.
And that's something we hear sometimes, like, I scaled, or like, well, I only did this much. What do you say to somebody who kind of has a negative mindset after they finish the workout too? Yeah. They might be lying in a pool of sweat and they hit the stimulus, but
I struggle with members who do that, but I scaled, or I only did this. I like to look at them dead in the eye and be like, did you challenge yourself? Did you work your butt off for that prescribed time? And they look at me, they go, yeah, it was the hardest 20 minutes of my life. Then you did what I asked you to do. Do not sell yourself short. Because you came in here, you walked through that door. Check mark, you did amazing. You are lapping people who are on the couch. Amazing. Do not sell yourself short for picking up a barbell if that's where you are at. I think you should applaud yourself for stepping in here, applaud yourself for challenging yourself, and applaud yourself for finishing the workout. You have to give yourself those little wins.
Yeah. I tell a lot of people in their first, say, 3 to 6 months or so, like, we have the app and the social feed and everything. Bright Spot Fridays. Sometimes we'll go weeks and I'm the only one bragging about members and all that. But humble brag. This is the first time I've ever done this. Or I worked out next to this person and it was scary, but whatever, we crushed it. It is tough when you come into a gym like ours. Here I'm humble bragging. Right. We've got an absolutely amazing gym.
We do.
An amazing community. If you're working out with 15 of your closest adult friends, which is hard to have. It's hard to have good friends when you're an adult. And everybody's doing something different, and you're looking at somebody who's like, wow, you are the star student today. I'm just over here. It's hard to put your blinders on.
Yes.
And remember where you are and where that person started, very, very different. So, that is tough when you're in such a close-knit community to not compare yourself.
Yes, and I've definitely fallen victim to that because a lot of my good friends that I became close with were doing the higher level stuff. Like a lot of the gymnastics, because I didn't have that background, took me a while and really concerted effort to get to that level, and I'm still not there where I want to be. And it took me a while to like put my kind of blinders on and realize that that's their skill set and that's what they are amazing at, and I'm working towards that. But I'm so proud of them, and I'm working my butt off to get there, but I am doing my best with what I have right now. Yeah.
So with that, seeing, so when you log scores in our app and everything, there's kind of a scoreboard or a leaderboard. Who did, you're kind of, I hate to use the word ranked, but that's how it comes out. There is a competitive side to CrossFit. So you can log stuff and it shows up on the leaderboard so that, the fastest times are at the top. And then as the times get longer, they go down to whoever logs their scores. Points, most points, whatever, however the workout is scored. So there's a little bit of like, it's easy to fall into a trap.
Yeah.
It's also easy to fall into a trap of like, I need a win.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as like, maybe I'm not going to squat to full depth today. Like I'm going to shave a couple reps here and there. Or, it could also be like, we have a very diverse culture here.
Yes.
So, we even have Viviana that comes to 9:30 and speaks very little English.
Yeah.
So there can just be a lot of confusion sometimes because we have our own jargon. How do you feel or work around if somebody's in your class and you're kind of like, I don't know, or this has also come up if somebody approaches you like, man, I really don't know about John Doe over there with Monday.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
That's a really tricky situation. I think you kind of have to just worry about yourself and understand that like honor system, like you know what you're doing and that's what you have to focus on. Like you're going to drive yourself crazy if you keep thinking that XYZ is shaving reps and doing this just to get on the top of the leaderboard. You know what you're doing and you focus on you, and that's how you're going to get better.
Yeah. It's almost like you have to force yourself to pick and choose the best parts of all of the equations at our gym. Like the community. It's very encouraging.
Yes.
It's the energy's crazy in here. Awesome. Feed on that.
Yes.
Social gatherings, all of the fundraising events that we do. Cool. Lean into that. But then when it comes to workouts and results and progress, you got to be able to put your blinders on it.
Yes.
Like do your work and focus on you. And then when it's all said and done, high five everybody.
Yeah.
If the competitive edge, comes at you and you're just like, I would like to let this be my outlet. Like if you're a former collegiate athlete, for example, and you just don't have anything that kind of fills that void, sure, cool, but just know that like that's not the ultimate end goal.
Yeah.
And just like be honest. You said honor system.
Yes.
Like be real with yourself. Does it matter whether you've got proof or not, or whether you think or whether you don't think, or there's rumors, or like who cares?
Yeah. And hopefully if you do have that competitive view and you want that competitive edge, you see that and you use that as a motivator.
Yes,
not
exactly.
A like deterrent, and hopefully it pushes you to try harder if you do feel like they are doing something that they shouldn't be. Hopefully it motivates you and not deters you from trying harder.
Yeah, exactly. Like it on one hand it says something about them more than it does anything else. It can also be a motivator. Like I'm going to make sure that I'm moving better, that I'm putting in more effort. Like we could just take that score and put it next to an arbitrary name, and now that's the thing that I'm chasing.
Yeah.
Like if you remember, I don't know, Mario Kart on N64, you could race your ghost, right?
Yes.
And
and
all that kind of stuff. Very cool.
Yeah.
So doing things RX, doing them scaled, it's kind of a big part of the open because there's prescribed weights for scaled also. Like there's a
Yes.
whole bunch of different options. And then of course you can just do things to match your fitness level.
Yeah.
But with the Open coming up, I've asked a lot of coaches and members and whatnot, what are some things that some movements, some workouts, what are some things that you're hoping to see in the Open this year?
Oh, goodness. So I've been working really hard on my toes bar, so I'd love to see that in there. Just to kind of test where I'm at, my capacity for it under fatigue, so because I've been working on that. And then give me a heavy barbell, please. Some kind of heavy clean would be amazing, because that's my favorite lift. So would love to see that. And then maybe like a longer workout, because I feel like we've had a lot of shorter workouts recently. I liked when we had it was rowing, I think toes to bar and wall balls, but it was like a longer AMRAP. It was a long row and like some toes to bar, wall balls, but it was like bigger numbers. And then the goal was to get back to the row. And I thought that was a really fun one.
23-1.
I think so.
Row, wall balls, toes to bar, power cleans, muscle ups.
Yes. That was a fun one. You're like, I remember.
We got our own jargon. We got a Rolodex of open workouts.
Yeah. So I think that was a fun one. I'd like to see that be kind of brought back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another example of CrossFit being repeatable. A lot of people had done that workout more than once.
Yeah.
And then we've programmed it here several times as well. Just something to test yourself again.
Yeah.
I think you're in luck. There's always thrusters. There's always some kind of pull up. There's always double unders.
Yes.
And then I think number 4 is toes to bar. So
yeah.
we should be in luck there. What's something you do not want to see in the Open?
Wall walks.
Okay, fair. We've seen those, I want to say, every year for the past 3 years.
I think we could take a break from them. They just gas my shoulders out, and I could do without them.
I agree. Throw the Open out.
Sure.
What's your favorite, we'll just say total fitness. Doesn't have to be a CrossFit specific movement.
Okay.
What's your favorite movement or exercise?
I know I just said cleans are probably my favorite lift. I do like a good squat snatch.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Olympic lifting. Cool.
Yes. Any Olympic lifting, I think, because just being able to move your body through space while lifting a heavy barbell is one of the coolest things to watch. Like when someone is so technical with their movement and makes it look so effortless, it's just wow. The effort, knowing the effort that goes into that is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is something you need a little exposure to.
Yes.
Which I think is what drew me to it, is having been a skateboarder for 10 years of a previous life. When you've got so much time and effort invested in it, you can really see you can almost share a little bit of their excitement when they hit a massive lift.
Yeah.
Least favorite exercise or least favorite movement?
I don't know. I don't know if I really have one. I think I like everything about CrossFit, which is why I've stayed with it. You know what? Shuttle runs.
Okay.
We just did them today, and honestly, they gas me out every single time, and I get dizzy.
Yeah. There's a little bit of deceptiveness in a lot of the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
You're going to run 25 feet and then you're going to turn around and run back. And that catches up to you. The same thing as wall balls. You're going to squat and then throw a ball against the wall.
Seems so simple.
Right? You do it enough. Burpees. You fall over and you get back up.
Burpees kind of suck too.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay, so we've got an amazing membership here. Somebody knows what we do.
Okay.
They like the people here. They like the vibes that they see on Instagram or whatever it is. But for some reason, they're just not walking in the front door. They're afraid to reach out to us.
Yeah.
What's some words that you can share with them?
Suck it up and get in here. No. But honestly, I get that it's intimidating. I was intimidated when I walked through the door. But this is one of the most welcoming, friendly, just open arms communities I've ever been a part of. And you will not find one just negative person here. We're all like cheering you on, caring people who want to see you win and want to help you get better. So,
and not just coaches.
And not just coaches.
Not just coaches.
No, every single person that you encounter here wants to see you get better and cares about your well-being in and out of the gym.
Yeah. Let's focus. Let's just bring it back to you a little bit. So we're in February.
Okay.
There's still 10.5 months.
Yeah.
Let's talk 2026 goals.
Okay.
So could be Coach Ashlee. It could be Athlete Ashlee.
Mm-hmm.
What is on the horizon for you? So 2026 or beyond. Like what are you thinking?
So I've had some like kind of big life changes, and just kind of 2026 I feel like feels like my year to focus on me. And I have some kind of pretty big gym goals. I want to like get in the best shape of my life and like look like an athlete, like look like I work out and be able to do all of the high level gymnastics, the bar muscle ups and the chest to bar and all of that stuff. So I'm going to be focusing on that a lot. I'd like to hit a 200-pound squat clean, a 145 squat snatch, a 270 back squat. I think is where I'm almost at. And then deadlift is kind of iffy right now because of my back. But, yeah, that's where I'm at.
So just getting better.
Getting better all around, yeah.
Around. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. We just had our heavy squat clean day the other day, and I updated my goals on the board. I hope a lot of people are, because we had a number of PRs.
Yeah.
And I know you've been dealing with a back issue, but with that, like, you can absolutely like heavy back squats and deadlifts and all that kind of stuff. How do you train for that? You got to do heavy deadlifts and back squats. I see the work. Everybody sees the work that you do with like the technique and stuff.
Yeah.
So I do not foresee you exiting 2026 without hitting at least one of those Olympic weightlifting goals. And then I guess same for the gymnastics. Like, again, we've all seen the amount of work that you've put in, the skin that you've left on the bar, and your chest to bar are looking good. So you're not all that far. I think more that technique work, and it'll get there.
Well, thank you.
Sure. Yeah. That's all I've got. Anything else that you want to share with the listeners, with the gym, anybody else that might have us in their ears right now?
I just want to say I really appreciate this gym. Like, it's seen me through a whole lot of transformation in my life. Like, I started here and I was close to 200 pounds. So I have had a complete transformation with my health and fitness because of this gym. And also my mindset has completely changed. I value myself a lot more, and my relationships here have shown me that it is possible to be a little bit more selfish, but also care a whole lot more about the people around me, and that they care a lot about me as well. And I wouldn't have had the courage to make a lot of life changes without this gym. So I'm very, very thankful for that. And I encourage anyone who is hesitant to walk in these doors to just do it. Come in. You're not risking anything. If it's not for you, fine. But come in. Come to Free Fit, 8 a.m. on Saturdays. Give it a shot. I guarantee you will love it. And
we are forever grateful for, you've been here the longest, and you're definitely helping our evening classes, and then also jumping in for the rest of the day, getting everybody as fit as they possibly can while having as much fun as they possibly can.
Yes.
So forever grateful for Coach Ashlee here.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is all that we have for today. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe, all that stuff. Leave us a review. Send this to somebody if you found some value in this episode. And then until next time, just keep eating better, sleeping better, training better, so that you can be better every day. Catch you in the next one.